Alright guys, we are going to be working on 2.3, which is all about multiplying fractions. So we're going to start on your own, which is number 8. Just turn it down. Sorry guys. Alright, there we go, a little bit better. Alright, so we're going to start on 2.3, multiplying fractions, number 8. Alright, so number 8 is 1 2/3 multiplied by 2 5/8. All right, so our directions are practice, copy, and solve. So this is what you need to do first, which would be copy onto a separate sheet of paper, find the product, and then write it in the simplest form. So first, I want to make this into an improper fraction. Both numbers need to be made into an improper fraction because there's a whole number on the outside. They're a mixed number right now. So I would say, what is 1 times 3? That's just 3 plus, so this would be times, and plus 2. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. So 5/3. That's what that becomes. Then we multiply it again. So now I move on. 2 times 8 equals 16. Then I go ahead and add that to the top, which 16 plus 5 is 21. And it's still over 8. So only your numerator changes. All right. So now we're just going to multiply across. So 5 times 21, I did this in my calculator, equals 105. 3 times 8 equals 24. So now what we have to do is either get it down to its simplest form or make it into a mixed number. So you can actually do both. So I'm going to start by getting it down to its simplest form, which means I need to find the greatest common factor between these two. I know that 24 can be divided by 3 and 8. 2 and 4 and 2 and 2. That was just a factor tray I'm just going to throw out there. 105. Let's just see if it can be divided by 3. Let's see. Or let's check with 8 first. So I'm going to check on my calculator. 105 divided by 8. Well, that gives me a number with the decimal. So I know that can't go into it evenly. Let's try 105 divided by 3. All right, well, that works. So 3 and 35. So we know 8 can't go into it, so we know that can't be our greatest common factor. So 3 is our greatest common factor. So divided by 3, divided by 3. You guys don't have to do your factor tray. I just did it to show you for this first one. 105 divided by 3 equals 35 over 8. So now what I need to do is find out how many times can 35... You can leave it like this, but this is an improper fraction. So I'm going to figure out how many times 35 can go into 8. Or 8 can go into 35 evenly. Because that will tell us what number needs to go outside of this, what whole number. All right, so let's see. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 4, 32. So way too big. So 8 times 3 is 24. So it can go outside of it. Oh no, 8 times 4 is 32. So 4 goes on the outside. And we have 3 left over. And 8 still stays on the bottom. So it's 4 and 3/8. That is in its mixed number form. All right, so I would like you to try number 9 on your own. I'm going to ask you what number 9 is, and then we can work through it together. I'm going to show you my work on here. All right, just move over. Number 9. which is 4/9 multiplied by 4/5. Okay, so we're lucky. We don't have to make, it's not a mixed number, so we don't need to adjust it into a fraction. So all we need to do is say, what's 4 times 4? That's 16. What's 9 times 5? That's 45. All right, now we need to be able to see if this can be simplified into anything else. So let's see, 16 can be divided by 4, can be divided by 2, can be divided by 8. 45 can only go divided by 5. All right, so I see that this cannot be simplified any further. So 16 over 45 is my simplest form. I want you to go ahead and do number 10 on your own, and we will meet up to do number 12 together. All right, number 12. It says 5 out of 6 cats, or 5/6 of the pets in the pet show are cats. 4/5 of the cats are calico cats. What fraction of the pets are calico cats? So I can multiply. So 5/6 multiplied by 4/5. So again, we just go across. So 5 times 4 equals, just make sure, equals 20. 6 times 5 equals 30. All right, so now we need to simplify this. I can tell by the zeros on both ends of these that they can be divided by 10. So divided by 10, divided by 10. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So this is my simplified form, 2/3. All right, so I will read number 13 to you, but I would like you to complete it on your own. 5 cats ate 1/4 cup of food. How much did the 5 cats eat? So remember, make that 5 into a fraction by putting it over a 1. Go ahead and finish 13, and we will meet up for 14. All right, number 14. It's the algebra portion, which is evaluate using the order of operations. Write the answer in the simplest form. So we start with 1/4 multiplied by parentheses 3/9 plus 5. All right, so if I add 5 plus 3/9, that equals 5 and 3/9 multiplied by 1/4. So this just makes it a mixed number. So from there, I want to make this an improper fraction, which means my numerator is bigger than my denominator. So 5 times 9 equals 45 plus 3 equals 48. So 48 over 9 times by 1/4. 1 times 48 equals 48. I'll bring you over a little bit. 4 times 9 equals 36. So now I need to figure out how to simplify this. 2 will go into both of them. 4 times 12 equals 48. And 4 times 9 equals 36. So I know 4 goes into them. But let's see if they have another number that is a greater. So 3 can go into this number as well. So 3 times 4 equals 12. So I'm going to try divided by 12, divided by 12. So 48 divided by 12 equals 4. 36 divided by 12 equals 3. So this is still an improper fraction. I'm going to go ahead and simplify it and make it a mixed number. 4 can go into 3 one time with 1 left over, and it's still 1 over 3. So 1 and 1/3. I'd like you to go ahead and do number 15 on your own if you continue to have time. I'm actually going to review 15 with you, but if you continue to have time after 15, go ahead and complete 16. So let's move on to number 15. So number 15, 9/10 minus 3/5 multiplied by 1/2. All right, so PEMDAS. You guys can't see that I'm writing this. In my last problem, I used PEMDAS, but I didn't work through it with you. Parentheses is my first. So I went through and did parentheses, but we don't have parentheses in this problem. Okay, and then I go through. We don't have our A because we don't have any exponents. M stands for multiplication, so we do have that. So let's finish our multiplication first. So 3/5 multiplied by 1/2. Okay, so 1 times 3 equals 3. 5 times 2 equals 10. So that's as simple as we can get it. So 9/10 subtract 3/10. Our denominators are the same, so we can go ahead and create this or complete this subtraction problem. 9 minus 3 equals 6. And not 10, so it would be 6/10. I can simplify that down further. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. And 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So it's 3/5. Go ahead and complete number 16 on your own if you still have time. And then if you have time after that, please complete 17.